Investigators look for one or more suspects. Residents worry that other vulnerable women could be at risk of being attacked, in particular women under 40, as all these victims were. John.
All right, Claudia, count.
This is part 2 of my Is There a Portland Serial Killer video. We're going to look into the other victims. Bridget. Okay, so this person might have restrained her in some way. And then I also got the 4 of Pentacles. So they might have blocked her in a car, not allowed her to leave an establishment, put like zip ties on her, restrain her in some way, possibly harassed her, threatened her, made her feel like she had to comply because it's like a sense of fear. She might have tried to hold on to something as well, like maybe she needed something and he offered her money for that thing and she was desperate, or I don't know. I'm getting like a weird, like there was some kind of con, like he tried to trick her or I don't know, mislead her to go along with him or to get her away from the public. I feel like it might have involved money, and I was getting this from the unknown woman as well. I don't know anything about these women or their background or anything they were involved with, if they were, I don't know anything. So
most of them, if not all of them, have been either homeless, experiencing mental illness, or battling an active addiction. And it seems like there's mutual contacts between the 5 of them.
I don't know what kind of like situations that could have led to this, or if these women were just minding their own business and got snatched up. 10 of Pentacles, it just keeps coming through that something was money related, or he made her an offer. I feel like it's those offers when you know it's too good to be true. Your intuition is screaming at you like, don't do this, it's not going to work out, this is false, this is not, like the 10 of Pentacles is false here. Something in her desperation, she just went for it anyway, or trusted him, or I don't know, whatever key crucial moment it was where he took her or got her alone. I feel like she had a brief moment to escape, but felt scared or intimidated, or he made her believe it was okay, or she was going to get something out of this. I don't know. So maybe he asked her for a ride and said he would give her a ton of money if she gave him a ride. Anything else we need to know about Bridget? Anything we need to know about Bridget? Okay, sorry. I need to say the questions before the card flips. I was thinking, is this I would need to ask, is it related to the other cases? And the Justice card came out. So I do believe this is a serial killer. And so far what I can see is these cases are related. He might be targeting people that are disconnected from their families, runaways, lonely people, independent people, that kind of thing. So I feel like he found them when they were out and about alone, or he could tell that they would be an easy target in some way. So I don't think they're like a psychopath. I feel like this is like this person like lashing out at the world. They're getting back at something that they can't heal inside of themselves. A lack of love. I think this person was severely neglected, maybe abused, kicked around, beaten. I'm sorry to talk about the perpetrator, but it's coming through for some reason. So just hear me out. I do feel like it's intentional that he's only targeting women. A, they're easier targets just physically, and B, it's some kind of resentment like he has. He's like an incel, or it's that kind of wounding or mentality where you feel like the world owes you something. You feel like women owe you something. You feel like you should be loved. You're such a good person. Why can't you find what you want? And I don't know. It's sad. I don't even think that like these women have done anything to him. It's more this person just didn't have the confidence to seek a relationship. I don't know. It turned dark. So I feel like there's also this like weird romanticizing of death. I don't remember if that cut off in the video last night, but I got some disturbing images of like moments when he was killing. Disturbing images of him like leaning in close and like listening to her breath and like putting his face to her face and like just enjoying the moment when her spirit passed. And it's sickening for me to even describe this, but I'm just trying to put it into words and also explain why I like keep pausing. This energy is so heavy to channel. I feel like someone's sitting on my chest right now and my throat is like tightening. It's not good energy. So anyway. Yeah, so I don't know if that cut off, and maybe that's why that cut off, and I don't want to go into as much detail as I did before it cut off, but it's very disturbing. It's like he has some kind of romantic moment with them during their passing, or he's like romanticizing that moment with them, those minutes, and that's really sick and really disturbing, and it just, ugh. It's creepy on so many levels. I don't know. The Lovers reversed. Okay. No, I don't feel like these women dated this person unless it was like a very casual like hookup kind of thing. I don't think it's a real date or a real romance, or that he should have had any kind of inkling that these women owed him something is what I'm getting at. I don't know where they met him or where they crossed paths, but if there was some kind of contact online beforehand, I don't know. He over sensationalized this or like read into it more than it was supposed to. The women planned to meet up with him casually and it went wrong, or maybe they just bumped into each other and he like made an offer like, hey, you want to go get a drink or this or that, and they said no. Or maybe he kind of honed in on those women and were like, hey, I can give you a ride. Like there was some kind of exchange that he made way more big of a deal than it should have been. And it was just an honest exchange. I don't know. It's like he misreads cues from women. And so he's constantly hurting his own feelings because he's thinking that there might be more there and it's not. This person is like mentally all over the place and they're emotionally all over the place. I'm not talking about Bridget. I'm sorry that I'm talking about who killed her. If, for the record, she hasn't been ruled a homicide yet. So her death could be, let's ask, her death could be unrelated, but it doesn't look like it. Six of Swords. I feel like he offered her a ride or was like, hey, let me help you with this. And then, who was it? Ted Bundy? Was Ted Bundy the one that was like semi-attractive? I don't think so, but they said he was attractive and like nice. So he would lure women because he would like pretend to be injured, like he needed help or something. Six of Swords is like moving out of conflict into calm waters, like breaking away from a tough situation, seeking shelter and safety and that kind of thing. So in reverse, I feel like it was a con. Like he came across as innocent. He comes across as innocent to his victims so that they don't have their guard up around him. What else, Spirit? What else? Oh, my card's messed up. She ignored her intuition. That's what I said. So maybe she wants her family to know this. If you guys watch by any chance. First off, I'm sorry for your loss, and second off, I hope anything I'm channeling is not too offensive or triggering. And honestly, if any family ever contacted me and said, I hate that you made this video about so-and-so, I would remove it instantly. So please know that, like, if anyone ever is like, hey, I don't want my loved one up on your channel, I don't want you making videos about this, I would respect that 100%. It's just, yeah, okay. For me personally, I would want a creator to take on an open case if it was someone I knew, because I'd want answers, but I'd want them to do it with integrity and be respectful and, you know, not just like, oh, say whatever I want in these cards and like don't take it seriously and make up shit or whatever. Like, I would never do that. I'm just saying, I feel like there's fake readers out there that do that. It's really weird to me, but however you make money, I guess. She wants her family to know that she ignored her intuition. So I feel like she did know better. She did have a moment, but she got scared, or maybe she didn't want to fight him, or she was like cornered in some way. I feel like her desperation won out. Like she knew better. Don't go with this person. Don't take their offer. Don't trust them. But she was like, no, I just really need a ride, or no, I just really need this money, or something like that. She accepted something from him knowing that she shouldn't have. And that's how he got her alone, like in a vulnerable position. Okay, any closing thoughts? Is there anything else you want to say, Bridget? Is there anything else you want to say? The Sun and the King of Wands. Aww. So, I think she wants her family and friends to know that she's found peace. The Sun is a very gentle, warm, soothing energy. Like wherever she's at, she's totally comfortable. She's at peace. And I feel like she's also watching over her family, is what I'm getting with the Sun here. And also sunflowers might be significant to her. She might have liked them. Someone in her family might grow them. Something like that. But the King of Wands, okay, she wants to say like she's still passionate about this. She still has love for everyone in her life. Like that will never die. I think she just wants to say like her spirit lives on with the King of Wands here. It's like even if she's taken to the other side, she wants her family and friends to know we're not. Ooh. I can't do it. I gotta move on to the next girl, okay? Thank you for those messages, Bridget. Thank you for coming through. Channel Joanna. This was a woman found in Washington, actually, but the border of Washington and Oregon, our cities are very close. So it's about a 30-minute drive. And like I said in the intro, when I was looking on the map of where the bodies were located, if you're going from like downtown Portland, they're all within 20 to like 35 minutes. So I do think, even though it's in Washington, a different state, and she was found in like a barn, which is a little bit different, not different, just secluded, it still could be related. This is definitely ruled a homicide, so we'll look a little bit into that, but we already know that. That's already been determined by law enforcement. The cause of death was blunt force trauma to the head and neck. No, she disappeared in late March. This guy went on a freaking killing spree in March. And she was found on April 8th. So, since that flipped, I'm gonna just look at it upright. The world. I think he might have used like a stick or a crowbar, or see how she's holding these wands? I feel like he might have used rope. He might have restrained her and then hurt her. And he might have used some kind of weapon. Well, blunt force trauma. I feel like it's some kind of weapon. Maybe a hammer. Like blunt. It had to be. Like it's not a sharp object. Then maybe like a piece of plywood, or it could have been like a metal bar. He could have used multiple things if she was in the barn. Did he kill her there, or did he move the body? Oh, okay. What? Did he kill her there or move the body? She fought him, or they were fighting about something. I think he moved her. I'm getting that like she resisted and fought back, and so don't know if he took her to the barn to kill her or he killed her somewhere else secluded and just dumped her in the barn, but it was because of her energy. Like, she fought back and he like couldn't control her, and so that's part of the reason he killed her. It was, I'm getting like narcissist vibes. This person might have narcissism or another personality disorder that makes them over focus on themselves. It's just like they're making themselves the victim. They're taking everything personal. Maybe if she rejected him, or they got into some like literal, like it could have been like she went into a convenience store and they were in line behind each other and he felt like she cut her off in line. It could have been something so petty, and he was like, this bitch, I'm gonna kill her. Is how I'm seeing it. Like, he already was on a killing spree, so he's like, well, let's just add this to the tally. Or this person really wanted to. I'm gonna look at if this is connected, but this was a crime of passion. Yeah, it was a crime of passion. And I don't know if it's like she really did something to him or he perceived her to. I think it's more like displaced rage. Like, oh wow, okay. I'm getting that he was threatened by her with the strength card here. He was the Queen of Wands in the strength card here. He was threatened by her position, her confidence, her energy, her power. Like, I feel like Joanna, of all the women, I think she was the oldest. She probably gave him the most fight. I think he thought she would be an easy target, and he found out quick that was wrong. So she might have like come off really sweet and like nice. So he thought, oh, I can just do this really easy. And he realized he took her kindness for weakness, and she fought. I think she fought him. I wouldn't be surprised if she has like defensive wounds. You know what I mean? God bless her. I'm glad she freaking fought him. Good. I don't know. If you're taking me down, I'm going out swinging. So props to her for that. You gave him hell. She really fought for her life, though. If you need to know that, or you know her in any way, like, she didn't go quietly. So I was gonna say, is it related to the other cases? I feel like it could be, because it's like disappointing. Like, the Queen of Wands reverse is very like vindictive, but it can also be like a lack of inspiration. So maybe the county that's handling it really doesn't believe it's related, so they're gonna miss something. So if you're a law enforcement, like, please just consider that it could be related. Like, make sure you have some kind of proof that it's not, because I feel like it could be the Five of Pentacles left out. Like, she doesn't want to be left out of a broader case that she's actually involved in. Like, yes, her homicide is a case, but if it is related to this, we should know that. So, hold on. I'm not saying the cops won't do their jobs, but sometimes they do make mistakes, or if they're not communicating with the other agencies enough, stuff could get missed. And, you know, there's human error. People get their egos involved and they don't want to, like, submit to another officer, whatever. Like, I don't know if they're communicating well. I'm not saying they're not, but I think so. I think it's just going to take a lot of work to piece this together. So thank you to law enforcement that is working on this and doing investigation that I can't do and don't have the capability of doing. But with the Lovers reverse coming out earlier, and again, I feel like this was emotionally motivated by his lack of love and lack of nurturing. And I have a strong inkling that there's more bodies. I don't know if there's more to be discovered or there's more coming. Like, they don't plan to stop. This person needs to be stopped because they don't plan to stop. A connection. Someone in her family might have some kind of answer. I don't feel like they know that they do. Like, it might be some insignificant detail that they don't think is relevant, But I feel like when they talk to cops, or cops start doing interviews of like people she knew, where she was last seen, who she was talking to that day, that sort of thing, I feel like something's going to come out to make it connect. So this will connect. It's just going to take a lot of effort. I feel like these agencies are going to go full at this because it is going to start to cause some fear and panic in the media and in the city, because so the public is going to put pressure on these law enforcement agencies to connect these dots. And they should. This person is killing women left and right. I mean, 6 bodies in 6 months is a lot, and there could be more. So, okay, thank you. Oh wait, hold on. I want to ask if there's anything she wants to say to her family and friends. Out of respect for the dead, I like to give them a chance to speak if they want to. They don't have to, but if you want to. Is there anything you want to say? Anything you want to say to your family? She wouldn't have chose this. She would have chosen a different situation if she could. She feels like she made some kind of decision that day that put her in this position or allowed her around this person. So if she could go back, she would make a different decision. So this upright is kind of indecisive, but it's like, Two of Swords. Let me clarify. What are you getting at, Joanna? What are you getting at? She wants you to know that she's clear. I don't know. So if there was something on her mind before she died, or something she was worried about, that's not an issue anymore or something. Or if she like fought with somebody before she passed, that doesn't matter. Like, the last conversation you had with her is not going to overshadow all the memories you made together and the love you had. So I feel like she just needs someone to know that. King of Wands. I don't know. If there was some kind of sexual advance, it was never mutual. She resisted this person. She never flirted. She didn't want any of this. She didn't bring it on. She didn't seek this person out. She wasn't looking for trouble. Is Joanna married? I don't know if she's married or in a relationship, but I feel like she has a partner, or she already has a male figure in her life that she trusts or looks up to in this way. So it's like, if he made any kind of advances, romantic advances on her, that would never work. I don't know. Let's see. Okay. This could also be if you are her spouse or loved one. I feel like this isn't okay. I feel like this is a message for someone she cares about. I don't know if you're a long lost love, her partner, her husband. I don't even know if she's straight. Like, could be her wife. I'm just saying somebody. I was thinking male because it came out as a male, but if she had a significant other in her life, she's with this person and she's thinking about this person. I feel like she's also going to help you to get grounded and stable without her. She's like bringing in people to surround you in the community to help you grieve. This could be her father as well. King of Cups. Yeah. This might be somebody that like she broke up with, or they had a fight or something like that. Or this could be even like someone that she had a falling out with. This is a significant male in her life. It could be a brother, a cousin, a good friend, an ex, a father, somebody that she trusted and respected. I feel like they had some kind of falling out, and I don't know. I feel like this plagues on this person's mind. Like they didn't get a chance to fix this or reconcile or talk to her before she went missing. So they're dealing with like guilt about it, and she doesn't want you to. She doesn't want you to be in your emotions like that. Don't blame yourself. This was a freak random act of evil. It has nothing, like, she didn't deserve this. Nobody deserved this. Like, it's nobody's fault but the perpetrator. So she doesn't want anyone else in her life to blame themselves. Okay. I think she's trying to say, like, don't be afraid to move on one day. If somebody needs to know that, like, it's okay to move on with the Ace of Cups here. All right, thank you, Joanna. Let's move on. So I do think hers was connected. I think it might take a significant amount of effort to find that piece that connects it, but it's there. Check with the family, check with everyone she interacted with, check her social medias, anyone she's in contact with, deleted messages, someone she ran into at a store. There's some kind of little piece of information that's going to lead back to when she exactly disappeared or who could have done this. Okay, so I'm going to save Ashley for the last because she's the most recent found. So the other woman was Charity Perry, and she's found in Ainsworth State Park. So this is the one, I believe she was like frequenting homeless camps. So I don't know if the homeless community is related to this in some way, but I wouldn't be surprised. I don't know if she was homeless. I just heard that she was hanging around some of the homeless camps, I believe on 4th Street. So correct me if that's inaccurate detail, but let's ask. I'll get into that. I'll ask if it's related to that community or if they might have answers for police. Have I gotten this for every girl so far? I don't know if I got it for Joanna, but star reversed for Charity Perry. So this person capitalized on her current state of stability. So she may have been homeless, or she may have just been struggling, or in like more of like a fight or flight kind of survival mode. Not really easygoing, but she might have been struggling mentally, emotionally, or financially. Something was kind of causing issues with her stability is what I'm getting. So again, this person is either highly manipulative, not Charity, the perpetrator, or they could also be into ritualistic magic or some kind of weird thing like that. I'm not saying ritualistic magic is weird, but killing people in a ritual is weird in my opinion. Or it's just unnecessary. I don't know. If you work with higher spirits, you don't have to kill to gain power. But I think lower entities don't care. They don't resonate with the light, so they just want to gain power any way they can. Makes sense. Okay. The Star and the Magician. I feel like this guy's like annihilating women because he hates them. Or something about her appearance offended him. Maybe that she had a shaved head. Like, it might have been something really stupid or insignificant. I feel like the reason he chooses these targets is kind of insignificant, or it's something that you wouldn't expect or to be like his motivation. I feel like he's motivated to kill as it is, and then he either goes out seeking targets that look vulnerable, or he's out and about and just ends up seeing these women vulnerable and alone, and he can't help himself to seize the opportunity. I believe one of them was picked up from a fast food restaurant, and I believe one of them was picked up from a transit center, and I don't think they know exactly where the other women or abducted from. I'm assuming he kidnapped these women and took them somewhere to kill them. I really feel like he offered them money or a service or something, like, hey, can you help me with this? I'll give you $50. Or hey, can I get a ride? Or oh, you look like you need money for the bus, or something. Like, he used some kind of token, is what I keep getting, to gain their control or to gain their trust. Where did you meet him, Charity? Where did you meet him? He just snuck up on her. So he snatched her. I don't know if he just like pulled her into the bushes and kind of like killed her there, or he took her somewhere. But he snatched her. It was like a surprise attack. I feel like he came up behind her. I'm feeling like he came up behind her when she was like walking through like a dark section or under a bridge or around a corner. Like she passed some kind of dark section of the road or the path when she was like walking along. And that's when he attacked her. Can you cuffs reverse? Yeah, this person's psychotic or they have emotional issues. This is what's driving them to kill. They're taking out their rage on other people. They're taking out their pain on other people. Somehow he's convinced himself that these women are to blame, or women in general are to blame, or he can at least feel some kind of satisfaction in taking out his rage on them because he doesn't know what to do with it. Is her death a homicide? Because it hasn't been decided yet. Is her death a homicide? I don't know. Did he offer her like a joint or drugs or try to get her intoxicated in some way? Homicide. Okay, so he might have used the same weapon or a similar weapon on Joanna. So there might be some kind of patterning that they'll correlate with the bodies, or maybe there still is a pattern, like he grabbed the nearest sharp, hard object next to him, but with the wands reversed. Maybe not. Hold on. This is confusing me. Seven of Pentacles. He didn't want to invest in the effort, so I feel like I don't feel like all of the murders, just go with me. I know it's not all been confirmed yet. I don't know if all of them are murders. I don't know if all the murders are identical. I feel like he did switch up his MO a little bit. It's like he might have used a weapon with one and not another. I'm feeling strangulation with Charity, but I'm not sure. Like he could have hit her and strangled her, or he could have hit her to like incapacitate her. Like he might have hit her to like knock her down and then choked her or something like that. There was multiple acts of violence. I don't think it was just like one thing. I think he did multiple things to her. So I'm getting Hermit. I feel like she was killed at night. I'm getting that from the Three of Pentacles and the Hermit here. I feel like he traveled at night or set out to do this at night. So I don't know if he like found her during the day and didn't kill her till the nighttime, or if they crossed paths at night. Is there anything else we need to know? Is there anything else we need to know? Like key evidence, key places to look? Anything else we need to know, Charity? Queen of Pentacles. So a woman might have information, maybe a witness, someone she communicated with, or there might be like a lead detective that's a woman. I feel like this person's very sharp and you should listen to her. Yeah, or it could be like maybe someone in her family, like her mother has a hunch on who it is, or someone around her that either saw this happening or saw her interact with the perpetrator, or just knew kind of more about her life and what she was into, where she could have been hurt or abducted from. Again, I don't know if they were abducted. I'm not sure. Okay, follow the money too. If there's any transactions, follow the money for location, time, stamp. Also go to those places and see if they remember her, if they remember anything strange from that day. Okay. Is there anything you want to say? Anything else you want to say, Journey? Queen of Cups. So, that person that she was, and she's also saying that she knows people love her. She knows her family cares. She knows people are remembering her. I feel like she might, I'm sorry if this is too personal, but I feel like she might get cremated and someone will be like really honoring her memory. They might make a mantle for her. They might make like an altar, yeah, it's just basically like a shelf or a desk with like mementos of like your ancestors or like passed on loved ones. It's more just the idea that souls never die, and even if someone passes, we're still connected. So it's just like honoring that they're still there, you still care about them and their memory kind of thing. So I feel like her memory will be honored. She doesn't want you guys to worry about her, or like she wants people to get to a point where they can heal and just think of the good memories and not what they could have done or how they could have helped, or if it was like her lifestyle choices that led to this or something like that. Like I feel like she knows this was bound to happen, and that's weird to say, but I feel like she just wasn't maybe in a good place or put herself in this position or happened. So she just feels like it would have happened eventually, or it was meant to happen in some way. She doesn't want this to be a burden. She doesn't want it to be a burden on law enforcement. She doesn't want it to be a burden on her family or the community. Ooh, she wants to help you solve it. She wants to help you solve it. I feel like she's pissed. Are you mad? I mean, I would be mad if someone killed me. You know? Even if you're okay with being dead, like it's peaceful, I feel like you'd still be mad. Okay, 9 of Cups. Yeah. So there was some kind of unrest inside her. And so I feel like she's sad that she's gone, but her spirit can finally be at peace. She's not dealing with something that she dealt with in her life. So I don't think she wanted, okay, let's be clear. I don't think she wanted to die. I don't think she sought this situation. She wasn't asking for it, nothing like that. I don't think she was suicidal, anything. I just feel like there was something in her life that was kind of plaguing her, or she was really down on her luck, or I'm getting just like her energy is very tired. It's very tired and kind of worn out. So it's almost like she's accepting this. She's accepting that she's passed. She's accepting that she finally gets to rest now. So that might sound kind of twisted, and if you know her, I'm sorry. But she wants you guys to know this because she doesn't want you to be in this energy. She doesn't want you to be overly burdened by this or constantly questioning yourself, like, could I have done something to help? Should I have stepped in? Like, she doesn't want people blaming themselves or in a state of unnecessary agony. Like, she just wants you to grieve her loss and understand that she's okay, and not try to make it anyone's fault besides the killer. So I'm getting a lot of like repeating messages from the girls that they really don't want their family and friends to feel responsible or to blame themselves or to deal with any of those kind of emotions on top of their grief already. I'm getting like they're all agreeing and saying that they want their family and friends to know that this just happened, things just happen, and they're at peace now. I feel like they all want to help with these cases and solving them. They want people to have closure and be able to heal and move on from this. They don't want it to be an open-ended thing or to have unanswered questions. She feels like they feel, what I've picked up from all of them is they feel like it's hard enough to grieve, but you don't, please nobody put any kind of like extra stress on yourself. trying to make sense of this. Like, this is a senseless act and it shouldn't have happened, but it did. So I feel like the girls are making peace with it. They just want their families to have closure, and they want this guy to be caught because they don't want more victims. So Charity's the most mad though. She's pissed. I just feel like she's mad who it is. Like, this little person like ended my life. I don't know. She either feels like they're small in stature or they're small in character. Like, just little pathetic human kind of thing. They might not literally be little. Okay, we're gonna channel Ashley now. Ashley Real was the last body that has been discovered. She was 22 years old, and oh, she's the one that was last seen at the transit center. Okay, so I'm not sure where he picked up Charity from, but she was last seen at the transit center in March, and she was found May 7th of this year at Eagle Creek. Eagle Creek is like a hiking area, so I'm not sure if he, again, I'm gonna channel her, and then at the end I'm gonna channel kind of details about the perp and maybe his MO, what he's thinking, what his next moves are. I don't know if that should be a separate video out of respect, but you can timestamp it if you don't want to hear that part. I'll leave it at the end. But yeah, I want to look at, like, are they premeditative? Or is he finding them in the same kind of areas? Is he using kind of the same con to catch them off guard? What is the correlation that could help Cox connect the dots? Okay, let's start with Ashley though. Let's see what happened to her. Was it a homicide? Is it connected? Does she have any messages for anyone? Is there anything we need to know about her case that is different or would have clues to connect the other ones? Was this a homicide? And is it connected? 5 of Cups. This is weird, but I feel like there's some kind of remorse. I know I talked about he doesn't really have remorse, whoever this person is, but I feel like there is like a flash of remorse. I don't know, like they almost feel guilty a little bit after it happens, like, oh, I shouldn't have done that. Almost like a sex addict cheating on their partner. Like, they really want to do it and they enjoy it and they do it, but then after they feel bad. But then they're just like, no, I'm not gonna let myself feel guilty. So it's something like that. Like, he gives into his urges and feels good in the moment, but it's like when it's over with, he does have like a moment of guilt, is what I'm getting from the 5 of Cups here. But he can't like focus on that because I feel like he knows he's gonna act again. It's like, well, I feel bad, but I'm not gonna stop. Like, there's something inside this person driving them to do this, whether it's their own trauma or an actual like entity. An entity is just a spirit. Okay, so let's get back into this. I want to look more at Ashley in specific in her case. Was Ashley murdered? Was Ashley murdered? Was Ashley murdered? I feel like he was stalking her, and I don't know if it was like long-term stalking or just like saw her from afar and like stalked his prey kind of thing. Page of Swords. There's more information to be found out on her case for sure. Queen of Pentacles. She might have reminded him of his mother or a woman in his life that hurt him. That may be why he targeted her, or he thought she might have had money. Something about like her confidence, her stature. I don't know. I feel like this one was kind of a thrill kill. Like, he thought it might be kind of a challenge for him. Justice. Okay. This guy's gonna get caught, and I do think her case is related to the others as well. This guy's going down. He's gonna keep killing until they catch him, so please be alert if you are in the area and if you're between the ages of 20 and 30. Extra safe, just This is an ongoing case, and I do feel like this person is very driven to kill, and they don't have any intentions of stopping. They've just unleashed this part of themselves. They're just going to run wild until they get caught. They're not trying to hold themselves back anymore, as you can tell by the frequency and the body count. What do we need to know about Ashley's case to connect more facts and dots? Oh, it's like something about these women remind him of a part in his childhood that he can't heal from, or I don't know, it's just this weird, he might be jealous that women can have babies and he can't. This is weird. I don't know why this is coming through, because I don't think these women were pregnant, and I don't think they were involved romantically with this man, where he'd be afraid that they were pregnant and he killed them to avoid that situation. It's looking more like just like a pure hatred, like didn't want these women to procreate, didn't want these women to have children, didn't want these women to be women or have that ability. This person might be jealous of that. I don't know if they're, I don't know. Maybe they struggle with their gender identity and they're just jealous of that thing, that women can have babies. That's weird. I mean, I get if you weren't capable of it, it would be really sad, but doesn't mean you can't have children. You can adopt or have a baby with a partner. This is weird. Nine of Swords. He felt like he had to intervene. Was this a psychosis? Is he like convinced that like these women shouldn't procreate? Like, is it some kind of twisted thing in his head that he feels like he's, I don't know, like, you know how like those stories where people go crazy and they like stab their partner to death and they're like, well, I thought they were a demon or something. That's like they're in like a state of psychosis and they're observing someone to be a threat that's not and attacking them. Or this is weird. It was like a finality, like he didn't want them to be able to like restart, do better. I don't know, it's just like this weird energy I'm getting that like this person is like obsessed with snuffing out potentials, obsessed with snuffing out life, obsessed, like I think that's why he targets women, is we can create life. You might be jealous of that in general, or I don't know, it's just saying I feel like this person has some kind of hatred towards women. It's like he wants to kill their potential. He wants to rob their future. He wants to, I don't know, this is weird. This feels like it's like spiritual. Like this person either is psychotic and gone like spiritually, like out in the mega universe, you know, the metaverse, they're just gone. Or they feel like they're doing some kind of spiritual crusade, like reading the world of like people that shouldn't, you know, but it's like psychotic. Like there's no basis to this. It's not, there's no reason. They just feel like, oh, this person is spiritually evil, so I need to take them out, when they're the psychotic evil one. I don't know. I'm getting, it wasn't a lot of forethought. Like even if there's some planning involved in this, a lot of it was driven. Like they're just like this urge overtook them with the Chariot. It's also, she's the one that they found at the last scene at the transit center, and Chariot's about movement, which is interesting that came out. Is there anything else about her particular encounter with him that we need to know? I don't know, this was harder for him. Like maybe he moved her body a far distance, or she was stronger than he thought she would be when she fought back, or maybe it's getting harder. He feels like he doesn't want the police to connect all these, so he's like looking for new spaces to dump bodies, looking for new, like, I feel like he feels like they're circling in on him, and they are. The police are not talking about any suspects because they don't want to ruin the case, so they're being tight-lipped about their investigation. I feel like he's starting to feel stressed, like it wasn't easy as the other ones, or he's like, he might have slipped up in some way, or made a mistake, or left something behind at the scene. No, he doesn't know this person. Does he know her? Does he know her? He might know her or know of her. He decided just to slip a personal one in there, or he even killed all the other ones to make this one look like random. There might be a connection here. Damn. He might personally know Ashley, this person, or he could be from the same area, school. I feel like there's a connection. They might have a mutual friend, or they were she might have been very friendly to him at first, and she might have just been friendly, and he took it as like he could hit on her, and then that didn't go well. This is weird. Okay, so he feels like he's like helping these women. I don't know if this is like just deranged or what, but he feels like he's like helping them pass over because they're not at peace and they're struggling in their life, or he feels like they're a threat spiritually to the world somehow. I don't know if this is psychotic, and he's ridding the world of this like threat. But it's like something like he feels like, okay, now it's all better that you're gone, like you're at peace. That's weird. I don't know. And again, I don't know if any of these women were suicidal or anything like that. I'm not claiming that. I'm just saying this is from the killer's perspective. He feels like he's helping them. This is weird. Like they're gonna, maybe he thinks they're like crossing over somewhere else, and like he's confused about death, or he's obsessed with it, like he doesn't think that you die but you just go into another realm, or I don't know, there's like some kind of weird belief around it, or belief about his actions, that like he doesn't feel like it's wrong, or this is weird. Also, I'm getting the energy that she is more at peace now, because okay, this person is spiritually confused. He could be like a drug addict, or have something that incapacitates his ability to be in control of himself, or it's also spiritual. I feel like the spirit in him is driving him to like drink and do drugs and check out when he's doing these acts, because well, the spirit just wants to kill these people and they don't want him to get a conscience about it. I feel like he's being taken over. If it's not like totally taken over, it's heavily influenced. Like he can't control his rage, he's lashing out, like he doesn't feel like he's losing control of his body maybe. And let's find out, is there anything you want to say, Ashley? Is there anything you want to say? And I'll do a separate video on the possible perpetrator. We'll get into more of that. I kind of wanted to just look at the cases and see if these women were even involved, or if I thought they were related. I wanted to start there. Okay, so she's at peace. She feels better. Like, oh, she might be in angel status. Okay, sorry for the interruption. I just want to get some messages that Ashley might have for anyone watching or anyone that knew her. And then I'm going to do a separate video digging into the perpetrator, who they might be, their age, what they do, where they, just any details we can pull up to identify them, or their habits, their psychology, that kind of stuff. So anyway, she wants people to know that she's at peace, and I believe she's also an angel. Some people, I don't know if you believe that people can cross over and become angels. I do. Like, she also feels like enlightened about the situation. Like, maybe she was struggling to understand something, but she sees the situation, everyone, her life, the world, like, she's able to reflect on everything with complete clarity on the other side. So she's grateful for that. Like, I feel like she's also going to be like a crusader, comforter angel. Like, she will seek out people that are vulnerable like her and try to help them so they don't end up in the same situation. Traditionally, it's like you don't see what's right in front of you, that sort of thing. So she's saying, like, in death, in the end, having this like completely clear perspective of like her life and her choices and what went wrong and what led to all this. It's like now she appreciates herself and the life that she led, and I feel like she's able to like forgive herself for her mistakes and forgive others. It's like she's having in this like the come to Jesus moment, but she's having it on the other side where it's like an instant healing. It's like she has complete clarity. You'd feel like she was really disappointed, I guess, and I think she is to lose her life, but she's grateful for the life that she had. She's grateful for the time that she had, and she's like looking at it that way, like life is so precious. She's still glad that she was able to have one, even if it was cut short. So okay. This is weird. So I feel like she's kind of plaguing this person, the perpetrator. She's trying to mess up his plans, his like inspiration. She's trying to intercept his drive to kill and what's feeding this dark impulse. So like Page of Wands is very impulsive, can be sexual, just can be for looking for gratification, like a thrill, like it could mean like his thrill kill, like how he gets off on it. So she's like intercepting this energy. I feel like it greatly disturbed her, and she doesn't want anyone else to have to feel that way. So she's trying to block him. So she's trying to help solve the case. She's trying to help block his energy, block his ability to do this. She's kind of messing up his plan, is how I'm seeing it, or tipping off the victims, like, don't trust this guy. Or I feel like she's kind of following this guy around, trolling him. This is totally what I would do if someone killed me. She's following this guy around, trolling him and trying to, like, kind of haunting him. I love that these came out upside down. She has no fear, no worry, no heartbreak. She's been completely healed, and I feel like she wants everyone to know that. You to know that even if you have like a hard life or a hard death, there's clarity on the other side. There's peace on the other side. So you have that to look forward to when you do cross over someday. If you are going through it, she's saying stick it out. If you're dealing with like grief, loss, heartbreak, depression, that kind of thing, I feel like she's gonna seek out souls that maybe struggled with some of the things that she did, like internally or personally. And I'm not really gonna pull cards on that because I'll just respect her privacy, but like whatever she dealt with privately, you know, could be emotional issues or just heartbreaks or stuff in life that didn't go her way and disappointed her. She's letting it all go. Like it's like washing off of her. She can see everything, how it happened, and I don't know. And so the peace that she found in death that she wasn't able to find in her life, and I'm not saying she had a bad life or wasn't a great person or happy. I don't really know. I don't want to pull on that, I guess. I want to give her privacy, but she's just saying like whatever went wrong in her life, it's just all washed away on the other side. So I feel like she's gonna like seek out souls that are hurt or broken in some way, and she's gonna try to help them or try to guide them to get out of that state of mind. So maybe just so they don't hurt themselves, they don't like put themselves around people that would hurt them. She's fighting this guy and she's also helping others, so that's really sweet. Okay guys, so let me look. Okay, are all 6 of these deaths connected? Are all 6 of these deaths 100% like definitely connected? I feel like yes, because like a heartbreak card is like a tragedy, but somehow binding them together, they feel less alone, and it's also going to help find the perpetrator. So something about them being killed at the same time is actually going to help lead to the resolution of this. If he would only have killed 1 or 2 of them, he might have got away with it, but because the body count is rising, he's gonna get caught. I feel like he's on a killing spree, honestly. Like, if this really is connected, it's really one person, he's going crazy. Like, he's doing too much. He's doing a lot within a short amount of time, and he's gonna get sloppy. He's gonna make mistakes. It's inevitable. So please be vigilant. If you're a woman in the area, please be vigilant. But if there are more bodies, God forbid, they're only gonna help solve this case. So this person will get stopped, but they're not gonna stop until they get caught. So it's very important that the cops put this together and don't let these cases go cold. Yeah, they can narrow down the options. I feel like police already have a hunch, or they're following several hunches, and they're crossing people off their suspect list. They haven't made any suspects information like known, or they're tight-lipped about that, which is good for the investigation. So they evoke some kind of emotional response out of him, and they might, I don't know. Okay. Oh my God. Oh, I don't like that. He's targeting good Samaritans. So this person might like play on their weaknesses, be like, oh, I need a favor with this. I need help with this. Like, the only people that aren't just snubbing him and walking away thinking he's creepy or vibing that the situation is off, the people that are compassionate enough to be like, oh, are you really hurt? What do you need? Yeah, I'll give you a ride, whatever it is, are falling prey to him. So he's preying on people's weaknesses and kindness. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Yeah, people that don't fight him. Like, they at some point figure it out and might fight back, but at first they doubt their intuition, they give him a chance, they feel bad for him, they believe a sob story, whatever it is. It's like part of them knows better. Please listen to your intuition. If you just feel off about an event, a space, a person, an interaction, no matter how big or small, just trust your gut, because we don't have a lot of detail. We don't have any details on this person yet. I'm going to do a separate video for that, but I mean, I don't really even know their gender, their age, are they acting alone? There's so many questions. So we're going to dive into that in the next video. Okay, you guys? I'll see you then.